that's the opportunity really to continue to keep growing our game. You know, we have started pretty new or very new, and trying to embed our game's been a priority, and that doesn't change. We're expecting the whole squad are up to speed with our game, and we haven't named a team yet, but you know, there's going to be a couple of new faces in there, and the expectation is we just keep continuing getting better from our previous performances.
How have you found, I suppose, you know, we saw one debutant on Saturday night, but, you know, particularly those new guys, I guess, how have you found they've fitted in around the group, and you know, how ready are they to take the next step and play Test footy?
Yeah, there's definitely been really noticeable hunger for the guys that weren't given the opportunity to play against England. Our Thursday trainings, where we start going a little bit live, they were quite, there's a lot of energy in them from that team, and put us under a lot of pressure early on. So, you know, it's great. There's a lot of competition in the squad, as you'd expect from an All Black squad. There's a new challenge, Fiji, different challenge, but still one that we've got to be right on point with. And you know, given the travel factor and the limited training time, you know, we've got to nail this week to make sure that we get the performance that we're looking for.
Thanks, Leo. I'll pass on.
Leon, Kate here from TVNZ. Who in the squad hasn't travelled to San Diego?
Yeah, we've got our full squad bar Patrick Tuipulotu. Paddy's was a decision around just his fitness in terms of his body. You know, his return into the final with a knee, he rolled his ankle during that game, and then two massive efforts against a really physical England pack. You just feel that we need to look after him a little bit, and Sam Dowery's come in to give him a bit of a break.
Great, and I don't know if you've seen, but Richie Mo'ung is in the New South Wales Blues camp, head of Origin 3. Does that make you a bit worried?
Be worried if I was Queensland. Oh, awesome! He'll enjoy that. You know, that's right up his alley, the big games, and him to be involved around those people and having him, what will be he'll be invaluable for that group. So yeah, good for them getting him in. It's a smart move.
And just finally from me, how are you finding a Billy Proctor, his first time into the environment? I'm sure he's fizzing like the other newbies.
Yeah, Billy's fantastic. I experienced Billy first time with New Zealand 15 as a coach, and really enjoyed the way he plays, but also he's a good student of the game, and he's got a skill set and work rate that's as good as any midfielder. So yeah, he's pushing really hard and waiting for his opportunity to play, and you know, he's definitely a player that I think would handle Test rugby really well.
Thank you.
Leon,
Clarke here. Can I just jump in on a couple? Just in terms of the attack through the two tests against England, we've seen obviously a pretty tough defensive line you're up against. 4 tries in 2 tests. Just you know, what's your sort of feeling on, I guess, early progress attack wise?
Yeah, there's definitely areas that we need to tidy up. It's pretty obvious, you know. Some of it was the starter plays that put a pressure on us, and some of the inside phase where, you know, we got ourselves a little bit narrow at times. So you know, England's poses quite a unique challenge around the way that they shut you off, and at times we did really well to beat that, and we just reviewed today the missed opportunities that we had. And again, like I said at the start, so this week's about us getting better, and you know, any good defense is hard to breach, and you know, England's were physical at the breakdown and put a lot of pressure on us here. So we're really clear on what we need to do to be better, and that's opportunity that we've got this week is continue to keep growing our understanding of our game and the skill sets inside it.
Just in terms of the conditions, Southern California at this time of the year, I imagine it's going to be pretty hot. What's your, you know, what are you expecting, and what have you encountered so far in terms of the heat being a factor this week?
We've landed, pretty much gone to the gym to recover, and then bed, and then we've been in meeting rooms all day. So we haven't actually been outside yet, but it's not terribly hot. I think it's like 23 degrees today, so it's actually quite comfortable. And Yeah, I think the players will get a well-earned day off tomorrow. Today's a very big day, and Wednesday will be big as well. So they'll need a breather. You know, coming straight off that test against England, it was pretty rugged, straight into a plane, and we've just basically travelled for 20 hours. So recovery is going to be really important. But yeah, the priority here is our performance. That becomes first, and a little bit of time in the sun will help get the energy levels back up.
Cool. And just sign off on Fiji, you touched on a different type of opponent. Is the kind of danger this week to expect the intensity to be kind of, you know, not as high, I guess, as the England series? Is that a bit of the danger factor you guys have?
We'll prepare exactly the same as we did against England. I think that's, you know, the minimum standard we expect is an improvement from the week before, regardless of who we're playing, and we respect Fiji immensely. And you have to watch the World Cup and how close they beat Australia and how close they took England. So they get up for games against the All Blacks or any big nation. That's what they thrive for, and it's going to be a dry ball and a fast track, and you know, we've got to be right on. If we drop our guard a little bit, they're gonna hurt us, and we don't want that to happen at all. We want to have a really good performance and one that we can be really proud of.
Hey Leon, Beauden Barrett's obviously still the talk of the town. Just how do you best go about using him? Is he a fullback, a bench option, a first five, all three?
He was phenomenal, wasn't he? You know, that was a performance and a half off the bench. Just his confidence when he come on just to play the game he did. The confidence that he gave people around him was outstanding, and his experience, especially losing TJ, you know, TJ's experience was really valuable in that first test, but for Beauden to come on and do what he did was immense. Yeah, and all those options you spoke about, I think, you know, at the moment he's playing good rugby, he's confident and really happy with his footy. So when we name the team, doesn't really matter where you put him, you know, you're going to get a big impact from him.
Just finally from me, Will Jordan, how's he coming along, and what's his return to play looking like, and when will he be available?
Will's tracking really well, full training with us at the moment, looking to go back to New Zealand and have some game time. It's obviously been a big break for him with the injury and recovery. So getting some minutes with Tasman is going to be his way back through. And then once he's proven his fitness, he's available for selection, hopefully, if he gets through okay.
Cool. Cheers, mate.
Leon, Rob Van Rooyen stuff here. Just before the England test, you said you ripped up the playbook, but you wouldn't throw too much at them at the players, given you only had such a short time. Just how much of the new system have you thrown at the players in the 2 weeks that you've had with them?
Yeah, like everything, you know, they look good at training, and when the pressure comes on in the game and fatigue comes in, that's when names, calls, and all that sort of start dropping off. And I think there was a bit of that happening in Auckland, where, you know, just that memory recall, and that will happen in time naturally, as it does when it embeds. You know, we're still thinking about where we're going at times, whereas the longer we train and the more time together, we're just going to be automatic, and that's those relationships and the trust stuff that comes between players. Again, that's a time thing as well. So really confident that more time we spend together, the smoother our game's going to be, both attack and defense, and our set piece. So again, it's about this week's about just keep confirming our game and embedding it into our DNA, so it becomes second nature to us.
I realise the line-out's not your expertise, Leon, but how much has that sort of, I guess, irked someone like Jace Ryan, and how much has that been an attention since the last test?
Yeah, I know the forwards had a pretty decent review today, so I'm sure that's one of the topics that they spoke about, and I know Jason drives pretty high standards, and wouldn't be letting anything other than, you know, excellent survive. So yeah, like the forwards will be looking forward to getting to another week and you know, looking to improve on that as we are in all areas.
Thank you.
Just a quick one from me, Leon. Obviously, Sam Derry coming in, a player you've worked with. He's been around the camp for a couple of weeks, I know, but the player you've worked with at the Blues. How excited are you to see him elevated, and how's he grown over the last couple of weeks in camp?
Yeah, he's immensely talented, young man. He's had his injury issues, which has sort of slowed down his game time, but he's shown he just keeps getting better the more rugby he plays. And as a coaching group, we're just really impressed with Sam. He's just thrived in the environment and just impressed us through his shared work rate and determination. So yeah, he's deserved a spot here on this tour and making every post a winner.
Yeah, obviously been preparing the boys for the last couple of weeks, and soaking it all up and getting around all the info that I need to around our maps and our structures. So yeah, hopefully when the opportunity comes, I'll be ready. I am excited for hopefully when the opportunity does come, and yeah, just looking forward to continuing to get to work and putting my best foot forward.
Just from a couple of weeks on the watching Test rugby up close, what are your early impressions in terms of, I guess, adjustments, level, all those sort of things that you would have taken from training, from being around the team on game day, etc.?
Yeah, I guess it's quite intense, and the boys got to be on a lot of the time, and the coaches definitely keep us that way. They're making sure they're putting us through our strides and putting us through our paces. So the boys get the reps at training, and being at the game and watching the boys be able to perform it on the weekend was awesome.
Hey Caleb, Ollie here. Is it a similar hunger for you as well? Obviously, a few weeks since your last game in that Super Rugby final. If you were to get the opportunity this weekend, how are you feeling? And yeah, it's kind of a similar hunger to get back on the park?
Yeah, no, definitely is a big hunger to get up there. Like, as much as we'd like to play, it's also a bit disappointing not getting to put on the black jersey, and that's what sort of puts a bit more fuel in the tank as well. So yeah, definitely hungry to hopefully get out there and hopefully run alongside my mate Billy. So yeah, definitely a lot to play for, and yeah, kind of not over wanting to play against the boys, but yeah, hopefully getting a chance to run against someone new.
How I suppose intense is the competition in the outsides, because there's obviously so much depth there. How much are you pushing each other at training, and how close is your kind of outsides group as a whole?
Yeah, I guess that's what I love the most about our unit is as much as we are competing against each other for the jersey, we're helping each other as well. We're making sure each of us are putting our best foot forward, and as well as if someone's confused around the calls or anything, we're always helping each other. So yeah, I think that's the best part about it is we're all so close in terms of who can wear the jersey, but also at the same time we're helping each other. So yeah, it's one of those frenemies vibes, but we all love each other, so it's all good.
Good stuff, mate. Thanks, man. Go up.
Cheers, Ollie.
Billy, Kate here from TVNZ. How have you found the last couple of weeks coming into the environment for the first time?
It's been awesome. Being able to learn off the coaches that the All Blacks have, and also the players being around. A lot of players that I haven't been around, and obviously they're I guess the top players in New Zealand. So being able to rub shoulders with them and learn off them has been awesome.
And if you get to run out this weekend, did you ever imagine you would make your debut in San Diego?
Nah, definitely not. Yeah, it's awesome. It's an awesome city. We've been here for nearly 24 hours, and the sun's out. And yeah, it's just a cool place to be in. And yeah, if this was the place, it's a pretty cool place to be able to do it.
And just for the both of you, do you have any fun sort of promos or different promos that you're doing in San Diego that you wouldn't be doing in New Zealand this week?
Do you have any?
I have no promos, nah.
I think there's something NFL vibes later on in the week that I might get to do, but yeah, I think they only like it because I can throw a rugby ball really far with one hand. So, but we'll definitely see. I think it's the LA Rams or something like that, which is pretty cool.
Well, good luck with that. Thank you.
Cheers.
Billy, how good was it as an entree to All Blacks rugby to experience that England series and the intensity of it?
Yeah, it was obviously a cool, I guess, first 2 games to be a part of in this environment. You know, England's a, you know, top nation in terms of rugby. So to be a part of those first couple games and to witness it, how the boys went through their prep and went through, I guess, versing a team like England, you know, it was a pretty cool, I guess, start to being in this All Black camp.
And a few lessons for yourself in terms of your own approach?
Yeah, just you know, how hard it is to beat a line speed team, a team that can put you under a lot of pressure, and you know, a team that, you know, likes to kick the ball and I guess put pressure on in a little bit of different ways compared to the New Zealand type of footy that we like to play.
Cool. Thanks, mate. All the best.
Cheers.
Hey, Caleb, Elliot from News Talk ZB. I know you injured your ribs in that Super Rugby final. How have the last couple of weeks been? Are you back to full fitness now?
Yeah, was really sore the first week. It was crack up because Billy did the same thing, sort of popping a cartilage, and so that first week in camp we're sort of just cracking up with each other because he'd look at me running and he'd be like, "Oh, I know how you feel." But yeah, definitely back to 100% now, and hopefully looking forward to running out there.
Sorry, I just muted. But Billy, your ribs are all right?
Yeah, I'm sweet as. I had a week longer than Caleb to get ready, so yeah, I'm good to go. But could definitely see him in the first week holding his ribs like I was. So as you said, it's you know, pretty funny that we're both you know, holding the same injury.
Thanks, guys.
I just take one final question. Okay, these guys are going to get on across town. A bit of traffic here in San Diego, so if anyone's got a final question.
No, just hey, John Day here, Caleb. I'm just wondering about the standard that Mark Talia is setting. You get to see him at Blues training all the time, but is now kind of going for the same jersey. Just what kind of standard has he set so far?
Yeah, both him and Seville are doing an awesome job out on the wings, and again, that's what puts a lot of pressure on myself to perform and to put my best foot forward. But as much as, you know, I said before, kind of frenemy vibes, it's just great getting to see him do his thing, and then just as important for how it was for Billy and myself to make sure we prepare the boys as well, is just as good. So. Yeah, it's definitely putting a standard there that we all have to reach, and looking forward to the challenge.
Sweet.
Right.
Enjoy the traffic.
Cheers, team.
Right, cheers, guys. Auckland traffic.
Thanks for your time, team. All right,
Thanks,
guys.
Thanks,
Anyone
Toby.
who wants the recording, let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you all next time.
Thanks,
Toby,
Toby.
is there any
Cheers,
training
guys.
vision
Oh, yeah, good
today?
point.
Yeah, we will have some training vision. We've got some gym footage, and we'll also have we'll have some training footage from the field for you guys later on today.
Sweet.
Cool,
Thanks,
thank you.
mate. Will that all just go in that Dropbox?
Yes, it will go into the Dropbox. Yep.
Thanks, Tub.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
See you later.